office. We have with us Raven Scott and Zachary Broadno as well. We are presenting for Allstate InfoArmor, a benefit that's available to you with your voluntary benefits package, and I will let Katie take over.
Hi guys, hi everybody, and welcome. Good morning. I wanted to welcome you all to the Allstate Identity Protection webinar for the City of Pittsburgh. Again, my name is Katie Waddell, and I am your account manager here at Allstate Identity Protection. For today's agenda, we're going to get started by diving into kind of the current identity theft climate, talking about Allstate Identity Protection as a company. We're then going to take a deeper dive into your coverage, and this includes what the portal looks like, how to get logged in, and where to find some of the key features. I also wanted to mention that during this call, there is a Q&A or chat box that you can type your questions into as we go, and I will make sure to get to all of them before we end today's call. I also want to remind you that a lot of times people will think that they're going to remember their question by the end of the presentation, but don't rely on that. Definitely type it in as we go so that I can make sure to get the very burning questions that you're thinking of as we get started today. So as everybody knows, these days, sharing data is something that we do every single second and at minimum on a daily basis. Whether it's at work or in your personal relationships, we're sharing more and more data every day. And all of us are consistently finding new and different ways to do this. But unfortunately, with convenience comes the risk. We rely on applications and the internet to shop, to educate our children, to work, to stay connected with our families. But every purchase, every web search, your locations, your IP addresses, your favorite applications, where you bank, your likes, your dislikes, all of these things are digital traces of ourselves being left online without much thought on how we're putting our identities and our privacy at risk. Honestly, we've come to trust more and more companies to store our personal and our financial information, but sometimes a hack or a breach can occur, and it can be something small, but sometimes it can leave openings and create enormous opportunities for identity thieves. I don't know if you guys know this, but every 60 seconds, the activity online includes 16 million text messages sent, over $400,000 spent shopping online with Amazon, 66,000 photos are shared on Instagram, over 1 million swipes on Tinder and other dating websites, over 340,000 tweets are shared, 500 hours of content is uploaded to YouTube, and over 230 million emails are sent. And just to really hit this home for everybody, that was just in the last 60 seconds that we've been talking. Unfortunately, so many people think that a simple spam filter is going to keep them protected. But in fact, 82% of data breaches involved human interaction. So not everything can be left to spam for the blame. The underground internet, also called the deep web or the dark web, is the black market of the internet. This is where cybercriminals store and sell your personal information. I don't know if anyone on this call knows this, but your social security number is up for grabs on the dark web for just as little as $2. You can find that in your couch cushions, so it's really, really scary. $15 will buy a person's credit card information. A PayPal account goes for $17. Even an entire social media account can be purchased for as little as $25. So things are a lot cheaper than you might think. It can cost you more than you think as well. And as I mentioned, everyone has financial and social data in the digital space. And a data breach that exposes any of that information, even small parts of that information, can keep you from thriving. $43 billion were lost to fraud just last year. That's billion with a B. That's a lot of money. It's not exclusive to individuals, however. Families are facing growing risks as they spend more time online than ever before. They are also experiencing more fraud incidents, greater losses, and longer remediation times for the whole family. Children and seniors do consistently remain the target for fraud. $1 billion was lost to families and children alone, and that was just the reported amounts last year. So I want to talk a little bit about what actually is and is not considered identity theft. Instances like financial accounts and credit cards being opened in your name, or when someone uses your social security number to file for government services or get your medical care, these things are considered identity theft. Instances like fraudulent credit or debit card transactions, hacked emails, and phone scams, these are not considered identity theft, but they are things that we want to help you with and try to prevent with the features that we offer with this plan. Sorry. Data breaches do remain a significant culprit year after year. Just last year, data breaches impacted over 422 million people. So, unfortunately, the problem really isn't going away anytime soon. I know a lot of people say, oh, well, that was really big when in the 90s when people were rooting through my trash. Unfortunately, you are putting so much information out onto the web that you're not really thinking about. It's still extremely prevalent. So I want to talk a little bit about AIP and what we do. Allstate Identity Protection is the chosen identity theft provider by your employer. And what we focus on is identity protection as a benefit. And we always have you, the subscriber, at the top of our minds. We were founded in 2008, and we are the industry leader in employee identity protection. We have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we're very proud of our best in class customer care and 99% post remediation satisfaction rating. What we do for that is we actually send out a survey after every single remediation case. And as you can see from our results, our privacy experts are doing an amazing job. I'm sorry, I misspoke. It's 98%, not 99%. We also have the broadest definition of family in the industry with an under roof, under wallet approach that also includes seniors over 65, regardless of where they live or their financial dependency on the primary subscriber. You might be wondering, why can I trust Allstate Identity Protection with my information? And that is a very fair question. Digital security is always changing, so we're constantly evolving our approach with responsive protection systems that blend proven measures with cutting edge technology. Just like your financial institutions, we are SOC 1 and SOC 2 Type 2 accredited. We are held to the same security standards as those financial institutions. We have a perfect track record with zero incidents and a 99.99% site uptime. I think the only time the site has ever been down was for pre-planned maintenance. We also require two-factor authentication for even stronger peace of mind. We are fully dedicated to keeping your data safe and secure. So when fraud occurs, unraveling it can be kind of overwhelming and costly, as we've seen. We have a full service remediation team to assist you throughout the entire process, and we'll go the extra mile to resolve your case and restore your identity. We want to save you time, we want to save you money, and we above all want to save you your stress. Our remediation specialists are Citrum certified, which stands for Certified Identity Risk Theft Management Specialists, and we adhere to the best practices in identity remediation in the industry. It's also important to note the privacy experts you work with will be the one point of contact throughout your entire remediation case. This person will also be your limited power of attorney and will be able to make phone calls and send emails on your behalf. The great thing about that is that when you call into us, you do not have to rehash all of the terrible things that you're going through. You can just talk to the same person every time. So here I wanted to give you a little highlight or overview of your plan with the AIP Pro Plus cyber coverage. On this page, you'll see the variety of features that are available, and it's so much more than monitoring your credit. In fact, I'm going to switch over to the second page. I just want to show there are so many features we can't even fit it on one slide anymore. Let me bounce back here. I just want to give you guys a chance to kind of look at this real quick. I'm going to be talking about these features in a little bit more depth as we go through the portal walkthrough, but I just wanted you guys to see how many features are available to you that is just beyond what people think of identity monitoring, which is just keeping an eye on your social security number. It's way more than that. So as you may know, enrolling in the family plan allows you to extend coverage to all of your loved ones as long as they are under roof, under wallet, as I mentioned previously. Dependents at any age who live within your household or who are supported financially by you are eligible to enroll. So this means that if your niece lives with you, they are a family member, you would add them directly in your portal. A lot of people think that the family is just your spouse or your immediate dependents, and that is not the case. We believe in the under roof, under wallet guideline. So if you are financially supporting your sibling, then they are part of your family and you can add them in the portal. Same thing with your parents, your in-laws, and your grandparents. Seniors over 65, it does not matter. They can where they live, they could be retired, living their best life in Florida, and you live in California or Pittsburgh, and they are going to be able to be enrolled through your plan. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with the portal walkthrough. Once you've enrolled, to get started, new subscribers will expect to receive an activation email, also known as the welcome email. And what this will do is it will show you exactly how to get logged in. It'll give you your next steps and what to do. And it will also give you your member ID. This is a critical ID number that you're going to need to get started for the first time. There are many features that are automatically going to be enabled once you sign up, things like monitoring your credit because the file that is sent over by your team provides your social security number. So there are going to be things that we're already monitoring for you before you even log into your portal. But we want you to log into your portal so that you can activate all the other features that are available. During the enrollment process, you will create a username and password using that member ID. And we will require a two-factor authentication, and you will receive a text, an email, or a call that provides you with that additional login code. This allows us to keep your accounts more secure by adding that extra layer of authentication. I think a lot of you are probably familiar with this because so many people are doing the 2FA now, banks, etc. I see it in almost every account that I log into nowadays. Once you've logged in, you'll be taken to the portal dashboard, and this is where you will view your digital footprint at a glance, your identity health score. This is also where you can view and take action on your alerts. Now, when you click on an alert, you'll be able to view additional details and let us know if that activity was you or not. If the alert was not you, that information is actually sent back to us immediately, and one of our privacy experts will reach out to you directly to assist with resolving that issue. On the top left here, you can see what we call our identity health score. What we've done is we've taken the demographic and the behavioral information that we're aware of within your profile, and we've combined it with identity theft statistics to come up with the likelihood that you could become a victim. Now, I always like to remind people when they see that green light, you're going to get this in your email as well. When you see that little green light that says low risk, you're like, oh, cool, I'm good. But that doesn't mean you're never going to become a victim. Same thing on the exposed or at-risk light. If you are at the at-risk or exposed light, that doesn't necessarily mean that you are absolutely going to become a victim, but it does mean there are probably some steps that you need to take to come back down to that green light. The first feature we always recommend activating is your credit monitoring. With the Pro Plus Cyber Plan, you'll have access to your monthly or your daily Tri-Bureau credit score, annual Tri-Bureau credit report, and notifications that are going to detect your activity, as well as access to place a credit lock and credit report disputes directly within your portal. I also want to note that accessing your credit reports is a soft pull and does not have a negative impact on your credit score. We also recommend reviewing your credit report thoroughly to ensure that you recognize the accounts that are showing on your report. And if you do see anything on your report that does not belong, we want you to give us a call right away so that we can assist you in next steps. So here's a preview of the credit lock. It's going to be on the right here. You're going to be able to go in and manually credit lock your account. And then if you have pulled your credit report before, you'll probably recognize what this looks like with the payment history key and seeing all of your information. That's what we recommend that you review before you get started with your credit report. You just want to kind of take a look at it, make sure that everything looks right. As I mentioned previously, we are continuously monitoring the dark web. Entering your information into the portal allows us to search for your email addresses your driver's license, your credit cards, and more. And we will alert you should any of this information or data be compromised. Now, with financial transaction monitoring, you can add financial accounts that you would like to be monitored. You are able to adjust the thresholds for each account to alert you depending on the threshold level that you set. For example, I have an HSA account and I don't like to use it. I like to save up my HSA. And so I set that limit at $50. It's very, very minimal. So any transactions, really any transactions at all, should alert me. But any transactions above that amount will send me a notification of the charge, and I'll be able to know that someone is using that account, because I definitely am not. It's in a lockbox. No one's touching it. You can also set alerts to be notified if your credit card is about to hit its limit, or maybe if a checking account is at a low balance. So all of the incredible things that we do online require data. A digital footprint is a collection of the accounts that a person has opened and the data that they've left behind that might expose them to risk. Our digital footprint allows you to find out how your information is being used, send requests to help take back control of that data, learn if your personal data may have been breached, and unsubscribe from unwanted marketing emails. As you all know, social media is kind of the main thing that people use nowadays, and it is everywhere. So our social media account takeover monitoring is our online reputational tool that monitors Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, LinkedIn, and YouTube. It will provide you with actionable alerts that will help defend you and your family from hacks, reputational damage, and or cyberbullying. Monitoring includes alerts for malware links, phishing, spam links, or even links from sites that are connected to illegal content. An additional monitoring feature that we offer is sex offender alerting. If a registered sex offender moves into your neighborhood, we will notify you. And this is important because you can turn it on or off. And if you decide to turn on the notifications in your portal, you'll receive monthly alerts updating you if a sex offender is found in your zip code. But it is something that you can elect to not have on if you don't want it. As I mentioned earlier, within your portal, you have the identity health status. And on top of within your portal, you're going to get a monthly email that's going to give you a snapshot of your overall identity health and ways to improve it with focused tips and advice from our experts based on your status. You will also get an idea of how many alerts you have to clear. So this is a really helpful tool that most of the subscribers I talk to utilize so closely, because they like to see, oh, you know what? I haven't logged into my portal this month. Let me do that because I've got 45 uncleared alerts, you know? So this is something that you guys will probably use a lot. Another great feature I wanted to highlight is our Allstate Security Pro. And it is just amazing. You're going to get personalized alerts about heightened security risks and fraud trends to help you stay prepared and protected. And what that means is that you're getting these alerts based off of your information, you, the individual subscriber, not you at the city of Pittsburgh, not you in general because you're signed up for our plan, but you, the individual. It's going to say, hey, I see that you live in this zip code and this is what's trending in your area. I see that you live in this state and there are wildfires going on. So you might want to be prepared for this. There's unemployment fraud on the rise in your area. I see that you're this age, so this might be important to you. So there's tons of information that is very personalized for you. We also have our Elder Fraud Care Center and scam support. And when you're enrolled in this plan or not enrolled in this plan, this is actually available to all employees of the city of Pittsburgh. It is not just subscribers. You're going to have access to our helpful resource hub that we built specifically for seniors, their families, and caretakers so that they could easily understand and protect against scams or threats. This is an amazing portal that we created, and it is available on our website. And it is available for all. You do not have to be fully enrolled, but it is really helpful. Things that you can download or print out, things with larger font on the website, a little bit easier of an explanation so that people understand what's going on. rather than having very techie speak that maybe they might not understand. All of that is available on the Front Center. We also have the new family digital safety tools to help you keep your loved ones protected as well. And these features are amazing. We have web filtering, screen time management, parental monitoring, and location tracking that's available for your children. If you have younger children, middle school, high school, they are really going to value these features. Our robocall blocker and ad blocker is available with this plan. Ad blocker, you can set up automated blocking for unwanted advertisements and prevent data gathering by online trackers. I know I went to Wayfair yesterday and now I'm seeing it on every single other social media site that I go to. So it's definitely something that I don't have set up yet and I need to. But this is definitely good information for you guys to make sure that you have set up so that you don't get that cross path of information and people can see what you're doing online. Also included in our Pro Plus cyber coverage is the personal computer security features. We've got antivirus protection, safe browsing and phishing protection, web filtering, webcam protection, firewall, our VPN, which activates to protect your privacy and anonymize your online activity. This will allow or not allow bad actors to monitor or intercept your data. We also have the password manager, our network security feature that helps you protect your home Wi-Fi. There is so many features that are part of this. It actually is on 2 pages here as well. So I know that there is a lot that we've covered today. So as Charisse mentioned, this is being recorded and this will be available if you guys want to look at it later and look at it a little bit slower, just because there is a lot of information on these slides. So the last thing I want to do as we wrap up is talk a little bit about the mobile device protection, and then we'll be completed today. So I just wanted to highlight the mobile device protection, which is a must with our Pro Plus Cyber plan. You can add 5 devices if you're on an individual plan, or 10 devices if you are enrolled in a family plan. The mobile device and app security, Wi-Fi network scan and alerts, mobile safe browsing and phishing protection, and mobile device locator and theft alerts are all going to be available as part of the mobile device protection with the cyber. And to set up all of these tools, everything I've pretty much talked about, you're going to click a link in your portal and you're going to be directed through the app to download and go through the activation process. It's extremely simple to manage, even if you're not very tech forward. I did it myself without any guidance, and I was very happy that it was very step by step. So you'll be able to install and manage those tools on your devices. So this concludes the portal and feature walkthrough. I'm going to wrap up with some tips on how to get the most out of your membership, and then we'll conclude for the day and answer any questions that came through. So as I mentioned, verifying your credit monitoring to receive the alerts, adding your family members to activate your features, adding credentials to your dark web monitoring, and downloading the app so that you can have all of this information on the go. So you're not just doing it when you get onto your desktop computer. All of these things are going to allow you to get the most out of your protection with this plan. I'm going to hop over here to see if anything came through the chat. And Charisse, if anything came through that you saw, you can definitely come off of mute. I don't know if anyone else can come off of mute, but if you are able to, feel free to ask any questions as we finish up today.
Hi, Katie. I don't see anything in the chat, but I learned a lot actually. So I think I'm going to sign up this year.
It's definitely a lot of features. I think one of the biggest things that I like to remind people is that when you hear identity theft, people just kind of think of, oh, well, my bank does that. Or, oh, my card is monitored by this financial institution. It's like, yeah, no, that's totally fine. The thing is, with this plan, you have everything in one place, and you have all of your financial accounts and your retirement account, your 401k, all of those things all together so that you can see everything. Same thing with the dark web. There is no app out there that I know of other than programs like this that's monitoring your driver's license on the dark web, that's monitoring your passport number, things like that. So it's stuff that you don't think of day to day. I always say that it's like a 50-50 preventative service. This is something that's going to be there for you if something happens, but also there are features you can utilize day to day as well. So it's kind of a 50-50. And for the price that you guys have available, skip Starbucks one day a month, and that's going to pay for your entire plan.
I think I'm signing up. I just recently had a situation where my identity, or I don't know, my Facebook was hacked, I guess. And I've been dealing with that since January. So now I've noticed that I've gotten, my name is big. They they actually hacked my credit card. But it started with Facebook. I got banned off of Facebook, Instagram, and something else. They hacked my credit card, and then they started placing orders in my name to from different stores and having things delivered to Chicago and California. And I've been fighting this for a year, so I'm joining because it really is serious and started from a Facebook hack. So
And you never know what you have shared and what
yeah,
information you put out there, because you probably put something out there that you didn't even think of. I am seeing right now, well, we're already in October, but in the last month, the amount of photos that I saw friends with kids share, where they go to school, who their teacher's name is, what they want to do when they grow up, where they are, all of those things. It's You're sharing all of that information. You're sharing your street name and all that stuff. You're probably sharing what your path. You don't even realize that you're doing it.
yeah, it's
So
the worst thing. The worst thing in the world is to get hacked.
yes. It is.
I
And
could,
especially if you
yeah,
don't know where it came from, and it's not really easy to figure out what to do. And that's why we're here. So we
yeah,
kind of guide what to do, how to fix it. And the worst thing is not being able to get it back. So we want to
yep,
make sure you get your information back, and that we find out if they did steal more information than you even realize. So that's kind of why this is so important.
yeah. I'm a new customer. Thank you, Katie. I appreciate your time. Everyone who was on the call today will receive Mojo points for their participation. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us. And I will give you some time. We're actually at exactly at 11:30. So
All right. You guys have a wonderful rest of your day and a great week. And if any other questions did come up, if you forgot something or you think of something later, please reach out to your HR team and they'll get those questions to me, or give us a call anytime.
thank you, Katie. I hope you have a good day. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you,
Bye.
Katie.
Thanks. Bye bye.